I want to try and give you a lesson in advanced TT and Manx Grand Prix spectating. And what I mean by that is that this event is very unique in its nature, in that one lap here, I'm just trying to avoid the noise of the compressor there, one lap here of course takes anywhere between 17 and 20 minutes. For you as a spectator, that means that you end up looking at an empty track for an awful lot of time. It's just the nature of the beast, where on a short circuit it takes a minute or two. Here it's maybe 15 minutes until you see your bike again. And I'm going to show you a way how you can use your time better and see the riders and the races for more positions than you ever thought possible within one race session. This kind of technique I really first came across when I worked for one of the TV production companies about 10-ish years ago, where we used this to make us look bigger than we are. So basically back then we had 10 camera teams of 2 people each, cameraman and camera assistant. But 10 teams is nowhere near enough for a track of 37 miles and with all the other stuff you have to film. So what do we used to do? The trick to this, and I think they'll probably still use that today, is each camera team had between, say, 3 and 6 different positions. And in the cruel world of TV race coverage, unfortunately, only the top 10 riders really matter. So at the start of the race, we would go to position number 1. We would then film the top 10 riders. As soon as the top 10 passed us, we would pack up and then either run or drive to position number 2 for lap 2. Then we set up there, we wait for the top 10 riders again. As soon as they pass us, we pack up again and we move to position number 3 for lap 3. And we do that sometimes up to 6 times for the senior race. And that way you get maximum coverage, makes it look like we have 100 camera teams rather than just 10. And this is something that you, as a spectator, can also use. So you can tell we're getting ready here for racing. It's about 20 to 6. Is it? Yeah, it's about 5:45 now. I love this. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to try and recreate one of these runs, if you want to call it that. And this will be from the grandstand down towards, let's see how far we go, maybe St. Ninians, maybe Bray Hill. And the idea is that if you are here right now as a spectator, or if you are planning to come here next year for TT or Manx Grand Prix, you can recreate this. And this way you're going to see more of the racing in different positions and different locations. And it's all walkable. Everything I'm going to show you tonight is walkable. I'm going to let the camera run so you see exactly where to go. And obviously I'm going to speed it up a bit. But I will show you, step by step how you can see one race in, let's see how many we manage, 4, 5, 6 different positions. And you get to see at least the top 10 guys coming through. So that's what I'm going to do next. No idea if it's going to work. Let's see. Continue watching this video to find out. Okay, here we are on the grandstand. Let's call this position number 1. So I'm going to start tonight's lesson in advanced spectating on the grandstand. We're about 3 minutes away from racing. And then as soon as the top 10 have gone by, we're going to move to position 2. I'll let the camera run. Let's see how many positions we can watch the races from tonight. That was more than 10, about 12 or so. So let's go to the next position. whatever it's called. Just a short walk, so you can either walk here while they're still starting, or you can wait and watch that 2 years. Because this is a practice session, it's a little different to an actual race, so the timing is a bit off. But this took me, 3 minutes to get here. So let's go to position number 3. Potential position number 3 is down here at the bottom of Glencrutchery Road near St. Ninians. Now, because it's a practice session, the timing, like I said, is a bit off. But you can make it here so it's now 8 minutes since the start. So let's take a leisurely stroll to position number 4, is it? At St. Ninians. Potential 4th position is this one here, the crossroads at St. Ninians, which is a really nice spot because there's sort of wheelie here. It's really nice. So that's a potential position. Took me about 10 minutes to walk here. So you can mix and match these positions as you want, right? You can watch the whole field start, and then you still have roughly about 10 minutes to walk from the grandstand to here for lap 2. But what I'm going to do now is, because I still have about 5 minutes, I'm going to go over the other side and make that position 5. And here we are at a potential 5th position, St. Ninians, the petrol station. Again, you can easily walk here within 10 minutes from the grandstand, so you could watch the whole field start, say in the senior race or something. You watch the whole field start, and then once they're all gone, you just head down here. It takes you less than 10 minutes. The good thing with this position is, so you have to walk over the bridge. Don't stand on the bridge, you get shouted at if you do that. So the good thing here is, of course, there's a petrol station, so if you want to grab a drink, then you can, or a snack, you can do that. So yeah, that's position number 5. So I still have about, at least 3-4 minutes. So let's wait for the bikes to come through and then move to another position once the top 10-12 have passed by again. Okay, and unfortunately, as you can see there behind me on the course, you can see the marshals. There they are. It's red flags. That's never a good thing. So yeah, no racing anymore right now. Let's wait for the news. As this happens, I think it's a very good time. Obviously, I don't know what has happened. I hope everyone's okay. And I hate when this happens. I really, really hate it. It's never nice. So let's hope everyone's okay. But while this happens, while we have a red flag, I think it's worth reminding people and sort of repeating that if you are somewhere along the course and you come across an incident, or you happen to film an incident, if you think the rider is injured or it's worse, don't share it. Don't put anything on social media. As much as we have the urge to share stuff these days, please don't do it. If it's a light accident somewhere, and if you're down at Quarter Bridge and a rider falls off and dusts himself off and everyone's laughing, fine. If Pride's hurt, by all means share it. But if it's a red flag incident, then please do not share it. Please leave it to the organizers to handle any announcement. Don't put any rumors out. Don't share any rumors. Don't share any images or videos of any serious incidents, because it's just more harm than good. It's just not fair on the family. It's not fair on anyone involved. So, it's a red flag right now. So, yeah, unfortunately, we'll have to wait what happens. I hope everyone's okay. Okay, so there's just been an announcement, and this is really what you should wait for, any official announcement before sharing anything. Okay, for the update. Okay, so basically what happened, there was an incident at Rancullen. They didn't say which rider, but the rider is conscious and talking, so that's good news. Obviously it's bad news because there's an incident, but it's good news that the rider is seemingly okay, not seriously injured, and now we have to wait. And this is another thing that you have to get used to if you're a spectator at the TT and the Manx Grand Prix, waiting. It just, delays from weather, from incidents on and off track are almost guaranteed every year. So bring water, bring food, bring a folding chair or something, and basically expect to, having to wait. So no time yet when it starts, but I'm just going to wait and continue our little advanced spectating experiment once the session restarts. And we're going to restart from position 5 here from St. Ninians. Here's another free tip for you. When you go out to watch the races, bring a power bank. So you don't have to be like me and having to go back to the car to charge your phone and camera in the car. So we're still on the red flag at the moment. It's one of these things, like I said, delays are pretty much a given at these events. No new timing yet. They will try and run the seniors aren't going out again. They will try and run the lightweights and the other classes. And I'm just waiting for the timing, and then I will go back to St. Ninians and continue our experiment. And I'm back in position. We're about 5 minutes away from the restart of the session. So they're not going to restart the seniors, they're going to run the lightweights. So let's continue our advanced spectating experiment, shall we? So the plan now is to catch them coming down. So we do the same one again, sort of the first 10, 15, 20 bikes or something. Coming down here, and then I will switch positions to, I think, position 6, it should be then. Which will be back over the bridge, across the road, and down halfway down Bray Hill. And then let's see if we can get a 7th position with the bottom of Bray Hill after that. So let's do it. That was a good bunch of them. Let's go to the next position. Right across from the bridge. You can do a quick stop here. So over the bridge, turn right into the little car park. And you can see them go down Bray Hill, but we want to try something else, go a bit further down Bray Hill. So let's do it. Now the position where I actually wanted to go, which is in there where the school is on the fence, the gate isn't open. So usually during TT it's open. I think during race days the school sort of opens and lets people in. I've at least never had a problem with it. The gate's closed today, so I don't want to climb over it. So we'll go straight down to the bottom of Bray Hill. The session started at 1940. So we're about 7 minutes into the session, and it's about another 5-minute walk down there, so it's all easy. So here we are at the last position for tonight's little experiment, the bottom of Bray Hill, which of course is world famous for the compression down there. It's an amazing spot to watch, it's my favorite. And basically, so the session started at 1940 and it's now 1953. So we watched up there for about 5 minutes, and then took a brisk walk down here. Usually the school is open, so you can go halfway down Bray Hill, but really if you just want 2-3 solid places, so you could watch the start from Glencrutchery Road, where they come down the straight, so you can either grandstand or stand along the road for free. Then move to St. Ninian's petrol station, so they come towards you. It's a really nice shot. There's also a little wheelie on that junction, so you can catch that. And then you walk over the bridge again, and you walk down here. That way you get the bikes in 3 different locations in one race. You don't sit and, like we're doing now, we don't just stay at an empty road. You can use that time in between. So you can mix and match these positions as you please. I hope it gives you an idea of what I meant with this, and it all makes sense. I might expand on this a little more because there's a few areas along the course where you can do this kind of thing and where we used to do it when we filmed it. But for now, that's sort of my tiny little advanced guide, or guide to advanced spectating. And that's make use of the time between the bikes going out and coming back. You usually have, if the whole field's gone, if it's a big race, you may only have like 5 or 10 minutes. But especially with the Manx Grand Prix now, we're 15 minutes into the session now and they're nowhere near yet. So the bikes are slower, they're the lightweights, they take longer. So you have a lot of time to change positions between laps and get more snaps for Facebook basically. So hope that makes sense. That's pretty much all I'm going to do for tonight. The only down point, of course, of doing this and walking around is I now have to walk back up because my car's at the grandstand. But there you go. So you get some good exercise at the time. Work off the beer and the steak. So good stuff. Take care and thank you for watching.